about those rules and stuff like you do.
Hello and welcome to another mixtape review. My name is the Judge Prime, and today we're talking about Abaga's Illegal Music 3 mixtape. Now I know this review is a little bit late, like at least 7 months late, but I recently did a comparison of Abaga's Illegal Music 1 and Illegal Music 3, so I said why not just do a review of Illegal Music 3. Now with this project, basically I'd give you a summary. The summary of this project is basically a finale, a look back at MI's career, look back at what he's done for the hip-hop culture and the music culture in Nigeria in general, looking back at the role he's played in some of these newer artists, and sort of passing on the baton to newer artists, saying, it's your turn to take the mantle, it's your turn to step up to the plate and, give these kids what they need. At the same time maintaining this father-like, king-like figure and being like, I can still snap at any moment, know your place, know who you're talking to. And I think that's necessary in hip-hop. Hip-hop definitely, as Tory Lanez said, is a contact sport, You dish out bars, be ready to receive bars. And MI is someone who I don't think doesn't fear delivering bars when it comes to lyricism and when it comes to rapping. He's definitely someone who's very competent. In fact, on the back cover of Illegal Music 3, he says, "At this stage in my career and life, finding the time to record another Illegal Music was purely a labor of love. I hope that Nigerian hip-hop will rise and claim its place at the table on hip-hop's Mount Olympus. I'd like to see a lot of rappers remix and recreate the song The Box." So let's talk about the tracks on this album, some of these tracks. You notice that with each track there's sort of like a duality. You see on one track it might be somber and reflective and mellow, and then on another track MI would be more aggressive, more charismatic, and more like, I am the king, I am the boss round here, look at me, I'm the captain now. And just telling you, I'm still the boss in this bitch. Now going into the tracks, it opens with the finale, which features sampling of James Blake's Retrograde. It also features a Martin Luther King speech, which basically talks about, being the best that you can be. On this track, MI is basically reflecting past his experiences, what he's done, and talking to his mother, I've done my best, and I've given these kids new direction. This leads up into the track Everything I've Seen. This track, my favorite of the mixtape, has very deep nuanced meaning. Now, will I say that this may be directed at someone like Safe Millie? Perhaps, but this tone sounded a bit general, and there are various interesting bars. He talks about, niggas started getting bread and they don't respect the baker. They think he's toast, but his bread is always buttered. He got roaches in his cupboard, it's time to clean them out. All falls down, basically saying, anybody can fall down from a very high peak. Don't get too cocky. Don't be too proud of your position. Not just okay or savage. Basically a diss at Not Just Okay and the Headies. They had made a list, a top 10 list, and I don't think MI's name was there, which was blasphemous, I know. But yeah, speaking of top 10 lists, I don't know if I'm the minority. I remember tweeting something like this, saying that MI, I feel, could be in the top 5 mainstream global rappers. That's like the Drakes, the Kendricks, the J. Coles. And definitely listening to this mixtape, he makes a very good case. He has some lines on here that are just very, I don't know. He says if he wants to take a picture with his class, he's gonna have to take a selfie. He's making niggas lose their minds like a guillotine. Only kings can touch his jersey. These bitches is really queens. Like, he has some very heavy bars, some very nice double, triple entendres on here. Some very deep meanings to the songs, and he's a very good lyricist, extremely good lyricist, and I would definitely put him on the level of a J. Cole. I actually prefer MI to J. Cole. I think he's a better rapper than J. Cole. But that's a different topic for maybe a different video. Let me know what you think of that. Do you think MI is a top 5, mainstream global rapper? So he talks about that on Not Just Okay Savage. On Numbers, he's talking about how much money he's made, that he's the real nigga. He was doing this shit since y'all was still in secondary school or in university, like myself. But he's just really asserting his legacy. He's asserting himself as the top dog basically in Nigerian hip-hop. One of the best lines I've heard all year No Man Illa anywhere except in the Philippines. Yes, definitely a great mixtape, very good mixtape. I'd give this a 9 out of 10. I didn't like that there were too many features on this. I felt like, you know, illegal music is MI's thing, and it's MI from the jump. It's always been, you know, MI and his body of work. I didn't mind the features, it's just that I felt there were a bit too many that sort of took away from the essence of this mixtape. But definitely an outstanding mixtape, one of my favorite mixtapes of this year, of all time in fact. And I will also say that it shows a lot of growth. I know I said in my comparison that this mixtape shows the growth of MI, from making just a simple, you know, rapping over the beats to making an actual storyline, and also taking these beats and instrumentals apart and, you know, making his own thing out of them. So this is definitely a great mixtape for you to get started if you're being introduced to Nigerian hip-hop. I would say if you like this, then definitely give Illegal Music 1 and 2 a listen. Check out MI's albums. I think this is definitely one of the better mixtapes in general, America, Nigeria, anywhere. This is one of the best mixtapes this year, if not perhaps the best mixtape this year so far. And I will also say that don't just look at the country where an artist is from. Actually give their music a listen and see if you like it. MI doesn't, you know, he's not speaking in any foreign language. He might add a little bit of pidgin here and there, but he's speaking in English and his raps are amazing. So if you're a foreigner, if you're American, you know, from the UK, from anywhere, give his music a listen, give his albums and mixtapes a listen. I'm sure you will not be disappointed. It is an outstanding body of work. You don't need to take my word for it. I will leave a link where you can download this mixtape and just enjoy it. I'll leave a link to this. If you want to check out my comparison, please be sure to check that out as well. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. If you're new around here, why not click subscribe? And thank you for 50 subscribers. I'm very grateful for that, and I appreciate the fact that 50 people at least enjoy the bullshit I say so much to want to watch me again. I really do appreciate it. Thank you all, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.